So now we will share our work about the overview of Annex 80 field studies. So first of all, we will get the general idea of the planned case study projects, and then about the survey form on the thermal comfort, and also the building management. Then Gerhard will present a mock-up for presentation of case study examples, as well as the structures of subtask C report. So the case study examples gives very good practice for the resilient cooling. It will examine the design and simulation results, and also to give the lessons we can learn from the field study, and also the survey form about the energy consumption, the building management in the operation stage, as well as the thermal comfort parameter will help us to further understand the cooling performance of different cooling technologies. And also we will use the KPI, key performance indicator, to evaluate the resilient cooling technologies. Our colleagues in subtext C contribute various field studies and evaluate their technology. So the countries in the subtext C examples, there are 8 countries from Austria, Belgium, Canada, China, England, Italy, and Sweden, and Turkey. The 8 countries contribute 16 projects, including the technologies in reducing external heat gain, in removing heat from indoor environment, removing humidity from indoor environment, and increasing personal comfort apart from space cooling. So regarding the technologies, we also provided the questionnaire form to for the building manager, also for the occupant, to evaluate the operation of cooling technologies and the thermal comfort. So for the operation of cooling technologies, we can get the idea about the cooling technologies regarding the control method, sensors for control, operation time, indoor and temperature, humidity, etc. And also for the thermal comfort aspect, we will get the location of the building, orientation of the facade, the information about the windows, also the closed wear, activity level, thermal comfort survey, etc. So it will help us to evaluate the thermal comfort performance of different resilient cooling technologies. So next is about the structure, and Gerhard will present for this.
Thank you, Dahai, for the first part. I will now go through the second part of this presentation. Now I would like to give an overview of our planned description of the resilient cooling case studies. Focus of our report in subtask C will be the case study description, the field study description. For all listed case study projects, as mentioned before, we will have a detailed description about it. And the structure of this description is listed here. So we have an introduction and a description about the climate. We have a first description about the building and the energy system. We try to describe the principles of resilient cooling applied in the building. And we give results in the KPI evaluation of the monitoring system and the KPI evaluation. And later we try to have additional performance evaluation in the field of energy, comfort, operation, and resilience. And finally, we have some discussions and lessons learned and reference. So next slide, please. I will go a bit in more detailed to this concept. Thank you very much. So I would like to show you the draft version of our mockup for the case study, a description to see the content in detail. As mentioned before, the first pages is more a general introduction. We show a picture of the building and give some key information of the building, such as size and building use. This page also contains the location of the building on a worldwide map, and because the local climate data has an essential influence on the cooling concept and on the resilient cooling concept of the building. On the second page, we have a more detailed description of the building that includes specific values such as U values, window to wall ratio, or even the orientation of the building. Next slide, please. So on the next page, we have a general description about the technical energy system in the building. We give an information about the technical system for heating, ventilation, cooling, and hot water. So the general overview. Of course, the resilient cooling technology could already be part of this system. In page 4, we start the description of the resilient cooling system, the solution which was implemented in this case study building. First, we start to categorize this resilient cooling solution in the structure mentioned before. That means technologies to reduce external heat gains, remove heat from indoor environment, and so on. And then we have a detailed description about the functionality and schematic design, how resilient cooling works in the building. Next slide, please. Now on page 5 and 6, we have now design simulation. If there is our design simulation implemented in this project, this could be added, and keep evaluation is on the next page. We are still in discussion about this list of KPIs for resilient cooling. Therefore, I cannot present a specific proposal on that now. And on the following pages, 7 and 8 and 9, I think, we present results from the implemented and realized monitoring of the building. Focus, as mentioned before, is on the energy consumption, on summer comfort, and on resilience, of course. But this depends more or less on the metering system which was implemented in the building and which information is available of the building. Okay, next slide for a short time, because this is again performance evaluation as an example, and I would like to go to the next slide, please. Yeah, at the end, we like to present some discussions about and lessons learned from the design and implementation process, or even operation of the building. And furthermore, we could have some optimization potential after analyzing the monitoring data. And in the last page, we have some information about references, contact data for further information, and so on. Okay, next slide, please. This list of individual case study description will be the annex to a subtask C report. In this subtask C report, we'll try to explain the structure and concept of our case study description and give some information about several definitions in this field of resilient cooling. And yeah, this report will be available after the end and after approbation of the project. Yeah, I think in about 1.5 years time now. Next slide, the last one. So this is all from our subtask C presentation. We are very much interested to your feedback, and thank you very much for your attention. And now I would like to hand on to Pierre to see some specific case studies, some examples.